Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. Today I am continuing my series of reviews by taking a look back at Countdown number 37. Countdown is known as Countdown to Final Crisis for its last 24 issues. Since this is a countdown, the story order for the numbering is backwards, so you start with issue 51 and read down to issue number 1. As such, be sure to watch my previous videos if you haven't read the previous issues. So issue 37 is written by Paul Dini with Adam Beechin. The breakdowns are by Keith Giffen. Pencils are by David Lopez and Mike Norton. Inks are by Don Hillman and Rod Ramos, and colors are by Alex Blaert. The cover has pencils by Shane Davis with inks by Matt Banning and colors by Alex Sinclair. So I like the cover itself. I'm a fan of this artist Shane Davis's work, and I like Poison Ivy. I also think it's a good cover because it shows something that actually happens in this issue. So we'll go ahead and start off on the first page. I like this issue, although it's mostly filling in story, which is really helpful though because there's a lot going on in this comic. So we start off on the first page, and Oracle is doing a bunch of tests on Karate Kid because he said he is dying. And ultimately they find out, it takes a couple pages, they figure it out though that he has an unknown virus. So it's either from the future or it's an alien virus. So she sends him to someone that she thinks could probably help. And then we pick up with Mary Marvel and Zatana, and I thought these scenes were really cool. So Zatana teleports them from the cruise ship we saw them on in the last issue to her secret hideout, which is called Shadowcrest. And it's this magic mansion, and it has all kinds of cool stuff. It has all these servants, but they're actually part of the house. They're magical manifestations, she calls them. So she shows her around, and I think it's pretty neat. And then we pick up with Donna Troy and Jason Todd. So they're still in the Nanoverse, and they're still looking for Ray Palmer. And they come across these really interesting little, well, they're different kinds of people, I guess, but they are wizards. And I guess Ray Palmer had come by there already, so they know basically where he went, so they tell them. And some of the dialogue's pretty good, and I really like the colors, the way this part, the whole Nanoverse is really cool the way it looks. So then we pick up with the Piper and the Trickster. They're still on the run. They've been on the run for quite a while now because the Rogues killed the Flash, Bart Allen, and these guys are part of the Rogues. They didn't kill him, but they are wanted because they're, guilty by association. So anyways, they find this greenhouse and they're hiding out in it and eating the fruit and stuff, but it turns out that Poison Ivy is living in there, and, she doesn't like them hurting the plants. So we get this kind of comical scene where she's chasing them, and then she binds them up in these vines and stuff. So it looks pretty bad for them. Change scenes again. We're catching up with Holly Robinson, who is the new Catwoman, and she's at the secret Amazon place with Quinn, and they're both training. And then it jumps back to Zatana and Mary Marvel. Zatana's still showing her around, and Mary tries to go in a room she's not supposed to, and this mummy takes a swing at her with a sword. And we see this page. I think it looks really neat. It's the library area that Zatana has, and I just thought it looked really cool the way it's drawn, the perspective there. So then we catch up with Jimmy Olsen, who now has superpowers, and as such he's able to figure out that Clark Kent is Superman. So we get this big reveal on the last page where Jimmy tears his shirt open and says, "I know you're Superman." So it says to be continued, so we'll find out more in the next issue, but there's a couple extra pages at the end, and they talk a little bit about Poison Ivy and give you some of her backstory. And that's written by Scott Beatty with art by Stephanie Rue. Alright, that's all for now. That is Countdown number 37. I thought it was a great issue. I like this series quite a bit, and I'll be taking a look at issue 36 next time. Thanks for watching and being a part of DC Fans United, and if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe.
End of line.